Okay, I can't see me. Hello, everybody. It's your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia. Y'all, I don't know what I be doing. Oh my goodness, it's. Hi, y'all. Wow. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Welcome into the den, my beautiful kittens. I am so happy to see you all today. I need you all today. Hi, sis. How are you? Yes, here I am. Ah, wow. Okay. First of all, hello again. Welcome and thank you all for being here. Our numbers are looking good. I don't have the exact numbers for you today because I didn't check them this morning. Last night, I think we were at 458. 458, guys. I'm sorry, kittens. 458. I'm working on it, sis. But yes, that means we have 42 to go. And we are approaching 1650 in viewing hours. So thank each and every one of you for that. Mood meter and health meter. Health meter today, I'd have to probably give it a 9.5, even though my mood meter, oh, guys, my mood meter is probably around a 5. You know, we do this thing called planning. And for some reason, the universe decides it wants to step in and disrupt those plans. So I did have my therapy session today. I love my therapist because the first thing she said to me was, we're going to have a fantastic year because everything that's being thrown at us right now, yes. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown of what I'm going through, and you can see what my headspace is and why, if you look around me, you would see I'm totally disorganized today. So, my daughter and I have become members of this thing called Flex. What Flex does is allow you to pay a portion of your rent at the beginning of the month. They cover the rest of it. Your rent is paid. You just have to pay them the balance before the end of the month. Sounds easy enough, right? Okay, well, if you remember, my daughter is no longer working with Amazon. It's all at Murphy's now. If you also remember, my daughter has a car. That car worked for the first week. It's been in the shop ever since. So, personal property taxes, insurance, all of this is still due on the car. Um, doesn't matter that the car's not running. And with the reduction in plus, with my insurance, I get this thing called an OTC card or over the counter card, which kind of helps you with groceries and medical supplies, those types of things, health and beauty aids, you know. Well, the amount that I'm supposed to get is 325. For some reason, because of me not having the total Medicaid part of the Medicare, I was only getting 125. Well, they reduced that. They took 15 more dollars away from it. So now we're down to 110. Now, because I got my complete physical before my birthday, I'm supposed to be getting $50 added to that card. Um, it takes 3 to 6 months for that to process. Okay. And then, of course, you know that I'm getting SNAP. Started out 145 a month. I'm like, okay, we'll make it work. Help is help. We're not complaining. They took $3 away. 145, 142. We'll make it work. Okay. Then they took $60 away. Okay. 142. Now we're down to 82. Now they've taken $20 more away. Mind you guys, we only use these for food. The OTC card and the SNAP. We only use them for food. So, but you want us to eat healthy. But processed food is cheaper than healthy food, and we've got to eat. Don't ask me where my weight is. I don't know at this point. I'm not even worried about it. Um, so that's okay. Anyway, back to the flex portion. So we were short of what we needed for the first portion of it. So we know we're going to get a late fee this month. Okay, good and fine. Well, Flex also has this thing where you can put money there so that it's not in your account for whatever else needs to come out of your account. It won't touch this rent money. So today, after talking to my daughter and I decided we're going to withdraw what's in Flex, turn it into a cashier's check, drop that off at the rental office. That way, when the late fee hits, it won't be for the whole amount. It'll just be for that other third. Y'all, when I went to withdraw the money, they only put 25% of it in my account, and it's pending until the 9th. Late fees hit on the 8th. So we're going to get hit with late fees for the entire month. Now, they put $240 in my account. There's $750 out here in the ether somewhere. And all they're telling me is it should be there by the 9th. Your bank may not be showing you this right now, but no, 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 no. See, this is where I have a problem because when it's time to take their portion of the rent, if it's not in the flex fund, they take it out of your account right away. It does not take 3 to 5 business days. Now you're telling me that I have to wait until the 9th to get the money that you took in a few seconds, which is going to end up costing me another $100. Like we got that just hanging around. Ultimately, guys, we're going to be okay. It's just that it put me in a different headspace today, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I'm just, I'm, So, what are we sipping on? Today, I'm not crabby because I have my health and strength. I got sleep last night. I was able to brush my hair back this morning. I was able to get on my scooter and make it over to the bank today without incident. Um, it's not raining or snowing. It's not even really that cold. We're expecting temperatures in the low 50s today. The kids are not here, so we don't have to worry about, I didn't even have to worry about eating this morning. So we're not even worried about that right now. I don't have to do anything as far as food is concerned until 2:30. And that's when my grandson gets home and I have to give him a snack. So it is what it is. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I have to have a positive outlook. So what am I sipping on? I haven't even been in the kitchen. So all I'm sipping on right now is water. Check this out. So I was reaching for my cup while I was doing my televisit with my therapist, knocked my cup over and half the things on the table and broke a piece of my cup. Reminds me of the song that said, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Such is life. But it's all good. And I'm going to sip on my water. Ah, yes. So, and wow is right, sis. Wow is absolutely right. That's how I feel about today. Wow. So, our weekly whips and FOs. So I've devised a new plan for the year. As I told you before, I have my little trusty cup or bucket or bin or whatever you want to call it that I pull from to decide what I'm going to work on and how and when. And that's to keep me from being overwhelmed with whips. Um, Now, in the past couple of days, I have accrued a few more whips, but I had to go back to that four-letter word, that thing called plan. Everything is planned out. Everything is planned out. So, the first thing I'll start with as far as whips are concerned. So, you know that I have the monthly and annual challenge going on, and that involves our wonderful squares in the motif. So, what you should have at your fingertips is two tutorials, and that is for, hold on, let me pull them. That's the kind of day it's been, guys. Where on earth? Okay, I have one. The first tutorial that I did that was called cropped. No, here it is. That was called crop circle. Eileen, how are you? And sis, I'm sorry. Here you are. That's your hug. Ah. And to my babies as well. So we have the crop circle. Because to me, it kind of looks like a crop circle. And this is my design. So that tutorial was posted, I believe, day before yesterday. And then late last night, we got the clusterbuck. And this is the one that we did for the tutorial. So I have two of each of those so far. The next one you're going to see is the single crochet, but we're going to do it in tapestry form. This one will be revisited. You will see this one this month and next month, because next month our design is going to be a heart, but I'm going to walk you through it and we're going to do this together. And we also have coming up, I don't know, I think I had cluster puff. No, popcorn puffs. So these are your next two tutorials that are coming up. The single crochet and the popcorn puff. Okay. And this one too is my design. I love creating squares. I just don't like I and it's not that I can't say that I don't like putting them together. And I'm going to show you why with another whip that I have shortly. But it's just, I think I want it done like right now. And the process of putting it together makes it so that it can't be done right now. So what I have to do is pick my time. Um, because when you are ADHD, you have your highs and your lows. I have to pick that in between time. Because when I'm high, I want to work, I want to get it done. I'm a workhorse. When I'm at the low, everything, I get frustrated with all of it. I do. But I am definitely going to keep those squares coming. This is going to be your 12-inch square. I am still working on making it into a 12-inch. So this will be for those who are doing the annual blanket, or you can do this one and make it for the month, however you want to do it. But I'm introducing the 4 small squares and the 1 12-inch squares each month. Now, that is I forgot the motif. Y'all, I'm so proud of this because I kept figuring ways to put it together. And this was one of the ways I figured to put it together. And when I do it like this, I just think of something like real springy. The time that you're sitting outside at one of the early baseball games and it might get a little chilly, but not a whole lot chilly. And you just want something to throw over your lap, or either as a decorative piece to throw across the back of a chair or across the couch. If you're into real estate and you're staging property, this is something that would work. And speaking of that, before I have to say this to you, if you all know anyone who is into real estate and they are staging property, please send them my way. I do make for that as well. I did have someone I was working with and they got out of the business. So for a while, I was making blankets so that they could use for staging blankets and pillows and throws. I do those. And yeah, I had fun doing those. This square I'm showing you again because I am so proud of this square. I made this square while I was sleeping. This is so pretty to me. So before I do the tutorial, of course, I had to remake it because I was asleep when I made it. So this was the remake. And they are twinsies. They're fraternal twins, but they're twins. So I did it right. So now I can work on it becoming a tutorial as well. Now, in this, one of the things that I drew for was okay, but one of the things that I drew for that I had to work on was a weekly blanket. I looked when I pulled it out. I was like, "Oh, what can I do for a quick weekly blanket?" This is like the first of the year. This was the worst thing I could have pulled out of the bucket, but I know that there were 52 of those entries in there. So I saw Granny Squares and I was like, perfect. I was at a high moment. So I decided I was going to put those squares together, and I did in no time. Got those squares together, and then it was, how do I turn it into a blanket now? I've got 3 panels, and my grandson came in and said, "Grandma, can I have that?" Talk about motivation. He picked the gold. So I decided I was going to border the panels with the gold, and then I was going to have him pick another color, which he picked caramel. And then he went back and he picked gray. And I thought that was so fitting because one of the middle squares is gray. I just thought that was so neat. And I don't even think he even noticed that. But yeah, it's red and it's got the gray. So I his next color that he picked was sea turtle, but I wanted to break that gray and that sea turtle up. So I went with, and I know it's Premier. I know it's blue, and it's my Premier. And all the yarn that I'm using, all of the yarn that I've that I'm using is 4 worsted weight. The tutorials for the squares are 4 worsted weight, and they're all worked with a 6.0 hook. I'm using my Susan Bates 6.0. Okay. Now this, even though it's 4 worsted weight, is not worked with my 6.0. This is worked with the newest member of my Susan Bates collection, and it is my 5.5. So I love the fact that they're color coded. So when I don't feel like thinking, I can just say, hey, the purple one, hey, the red one, hey, the golden one. So this is what this is looking like so far. And I absolutely love how it's working up. I love the motivation that my grandson gave me because it is pushing me to go forward with it and not put it up. Now, this particular square right here is a tutorial that I did on the channel early last year. And this is a stitch that I created called the thermal half double crochet. It is different than the quilted half double crochet. It is different. I will be doing a tutorial for this. But when my daughter walked in and she saw this square, she was like, Mom, I'm in love with that. You need to do that more. You need to turn that into hot pads. You need to. And then when she felt how thick and plush it was, and it is really thick, I had the idea that as I finish, like this is all I have left of the blue on his blanket, that I'm going to start making other squares. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Let me tell you about the tutorials real quick. So, one of the reasons I had been hesitant about putting out tutorials is because I didn't have the proper placement for my camera. And I know it's really hard looking across from someone unless you're like, I'm right handed and you're left handed. And I wanted to be able to show, I'm sorry, I wanted to be able to show properly my tutorials. So I got a little thingamabobby that holds my, I got the little tripod that holds my phone, and I worked with it and worked with it and worked with it. And sometimes it takes getting a new piece of apparatus to make you realize that if you just adjust the that you already have, it'll work. So even though my ring light itself, the light of the ring light doesn't work, the stand works just fine. And I realized that I could put the phone in there and put it over my shoulder and do the tutorial. I just have to do it in a different room, and that's fine. So I've been having fun with that. There are more tutorials coming out, trust me. So what I've decided to do with my excess yarn, I went through the gray, and this is what I have left of the gray. So I've got a substantial amount of gray here. This, because it's more than a half skein, I'm going to hold on to. But when the skeins get down little and I have like this much left, this is going to turn into that square that my daughter loves so much. So what I was doing with the excess was making squares. And I just go ahead and border them. If I have like a teeny weeny bit left of the red, I'll hold on to it. So the next pad that I make or square that I make, I'll be able to border it with the colors. Like for instance, this is a small skein, and I will probably, other squares that I'm making, Corner to corner. Yes, my thingamabobbies. Baby, hello. How are you? So happy to see you. But yeah, I'm making the corner to corner squares too. These are 10-inch squares. And I said these because so far I've made two. And as you can see, what I was saying about the little bit of color left, I chose this pink to border this one. I had a little bit of my ruby left, so I bordered this gold with the ruby. And when I get all of these together, then I will put these together, sew these together, and make a blanket out of this. So it's like I'm preparing for the next time I draw weekly blanket, then I will have something to get started on those. I'll have these and I'll have the corner to corners. And that way I don't have a bunch of little yarn balls rolling around all over the place. So I also pulled a whip that I was working on from before. And that's the plan so that I don't have so many whips at one time. I know that I have whips coming in from last year. So to keep myself, I'm still having issues. Well, wait a minute. So to keep myself from being overwhelmed, I'll grab just one along with what I'm working on now and work them down that way. I didn't have very many left. I had less than 10. So yeah, she is I am putting everybody to work. I am definitely putting everybody. There will be no such thing as you lost your Crojo here. No, sirree, Bob. So I'm still having issues with my shoulders. Once he puts it on, this little lumpy thing goes away. But y'all, I made a sweater just about with the sleeve. I know what to do differently the next time. This is the other sleeve. I just have to work it up and get it up here. Yes. But I'm super excited about that because I had always had issues completing sweaters because of the sleeves. I just, and it was connecting the sleeves. When I did the Hexie cardigan and I was able to do the sleeve along with it and it worked out, I was like, great. And then when I did the panels, the part that took me the longest was adding the sleeves to it. I was like, oh my God. Oh, if they only knew this is the part that I always mess up on. But it turned out fabulous. It really did. So I tried to take that same concept into this pullover for my grandson. Didn't quite work that way, but it's okay. It's okay because I figured out how to do it the next time. And he absolutely loves this. And that's the biggest thing. I know I've been saying my grandson a lot, but y'all, if y'all see my granddaughter and my oldest daughter have so many items that I've made. They do. So yes, it's my grandson's turn. And here lately you've been hearing me talk about my youngest daughter. Every time I make a hat, she snatches it. Fortunately, now we're coming to the finish. I'm going to sneak the finished objects in here. Fortunately, my daughter was not able to snatch this one. So one of the things that I pulled out of the hat was a beanie. And yes, I designed this beanie as well. Um, every time I think I got a name for it, I don't. But I can tell you that it uses crisscrosses. And I don't know what this little lazy thing is called. It's it's two double crochet and the third double crochet goes back across the other two. It's like a crisscross over two double crochet posts. I don't know how to say it, but at any rate, it made a beanie and it's really cute. The first two things I pulled out of the bucket were scrunchies. So I made the scrunchies right away. I was so glad that I pulled two out at the same time because I have a tub of scrunchies and I don't even think I have a matching pair in that tub. So now I have a matching pair. And next year, if this works successfully this year, then I'll do it again next year. I don't know if I'll do it beyond that because I don't want to get bored with it. But I would definitely do it again next year if it works. But I think what I will do is on the scrunchy one, I'll put pair of scrunchies. And that way I know I have to make two of the same. Or what I can do, if I pull scrunchie out the next time, I'll make sure I grab enough yarn to make two. And I'll put one in the completed pile for that week and just have the other one aside. So when I pull scrunchie out again, that will already be done. Doesn't take long to make them. The scrunchies that I'm using, I do 50 half double crochets around. And then I do 100 double crochets and 200 half double crochets. So that's what, 350 stitches? So it doesn't take long. I do have one more whip to show you. I have two more whips to show you. One of the things that I have in the bucket is knit projects. And I think I remember telling you that I purchased some circular needles. And several times I wanted to make a shawl or a wrap. And every time I tried, I was always dropping a stitch. And I don't know how to fix that. So I decided to start with something small. Now you're going to hear my granddaughter again. So this is what I have so far. And all I do is pick it up every day, do a few rows, and put it down. I don't overwhelm myself with it. But like I said, this is what I have so far. And what this is going to be is a blanket for her baby dolls. So I'm super excited about that as well. This is a recreation or the beginning of the recreation of the beanie that I showed you. I want to see if I can turn this one into a hat. This is another way that I'm using up that scrap yarn. So if I can, things that I'm working on, I'll do the scrap, but I still want to make it presentable. I had a little more pink left, but it wasn't enough to make a complete round. So I made sure I frogged it back to where I could add a complete color and make a complete round. Because whoever this goes to, I still want it to be presentable. I know that it's going to be donated, but I still want it to be presentable for them. The last whip that I have to show you, this is one of my Taco Tuesday whips. And it's not the last one, I'm sorry. There are two more. What did I do with the other one? Wow. Okay. Well, maybe it's a good thing that I can't find it because it's supposed to be a secret anyway. Um, Taco Tuesday. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Last Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We are in season 5. Um, I love how Juan treats pink too. I do. And even though I'm not a big fan of pink, I don't treat pink like that. I treat brown like that. And not just any brown. I have some of the brown that I treat like that. It's this dusty, oh my goodness. It's like this dusty, disgusting brown. It's just that I don't like touching it. I call it the Dunkin' Donut brand. Oh my goodness, yo. It is just this yucky brown. Oh, so I understand how one feels about the pink. Mm, that brown is disgusting. But one of the challenges is to, um, it's called scrap or stash or scrap and stash challenge. And it's challenging you over the 2 week period to make using your scraps or your stash. So I had started this before Taco Tuesday, but I frogged it all the way back and started over on Taco Tuesday. And this is as far as I've gotten with this. I put it down for a few days because it works up really quick. This is the moss stitch. Of course, full worsted weight yarn and a multiplicity of brands. And it works up really fast. 6.0 hook, it works up really fast. No, it's not. This is the 6.5. I knew there was something I was working. See, that's why I don't need to put it down. But I knew there was something I was working. But anyway, this one is the 6.5 hook. And the one that I have not shown you is called, and oh, sorry, I have to go back. I'm also double dipping with this because one of the challenges for this week's Taco Tuesday was what they call salsa. I think it was called color salsa. I don't remember the exact. And I don't know what my notebook is for that. But at any rate, what you do is pick 2 or 3 colors, and then every day you add a different color. Now, what I had to do differently, because I already had the blanket design in mind, I went ahead on and chose my colors from Jump Street. So these are most of them. These are the rest of them. And I love the fact that I chose this, oops, random purple aubergine, and that is aubergine, it's eggplant. But I chose that. I was like, it needs a different color. It just needs something that says, I'm different. Ooh, I'm different. So I chose that to throw it in there, and it fits so well. Now, what I'm going to do from this point, after I finish adding this aqua to it, I am going to, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, after this one is this gold. After this gold will be my soft white. I know the ball it. Uh, so I'm going to add this, and this is going to be my midpoint, and then I'm going to start reversing these colors. That's why I went ahead on and pulled everything, because I knew that I was going to get each side to mirror each other, and of course I'm going to end it all in the green. So that is the plan for this one. And that is what we have going on. So please don't forget Taco Tuesdays on Juan's channel. His information is listed in the description box below. Juan the Art Addict. Not only that, he changed it up so that Taco Tuesday is not every Tuesday. It is now Taco Tuesdays one week and talk about stitches the next week. If you have any questions about stitches, reading patterns, reading graphs, any of that, any abbreviations, that is a good way to catch up, brush up, hone up, learn about the different stitches. Juan has created these cue cards, and what he does is show you the cards and then he explains the stitch. He explains how the stitch works up, the mechanics of the stitch, everything. It's really, really good and informative to watch. So check him out tonight. It's Talk About Stitches. And then next week it'll be Taco Tuesday. So my projects will be finished by next Tuesday. The one that I'm not showing you that I can't find. Oh, I found it. I found it. Hey. It's called Mystery Challenge. And what you do, it's at 7 o'clock, Joan. I'm sorry. At 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on Juan's channel. Okay, so one of the challenge was the mystery challenge. And what you do is take pictures of your project and you post them either on Juan's community post at different stages of your project. And people try to guess what you're making. The first thing I posted looked a little bit like that. And of course, people had to guess what it was. And then I showed, like, I don't know how to do it where, well, it was kind of looked like a little cup effect. And of course, I got different responses for that. And then I kind of folded everything in and had it looking like that so that people would guess. And the guesses are so great. So I'm almost done with this. I can show you all because I'm close to done. All I have to do is finish the rest of this part. And this is actually what it is. It's going to be an over your shoulder, and it might even be a crossbody for a small market bag. My time, sis. My time. Yeah, 7 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Eastern. Is when you have the Taco Tuesday and Talk About Stitches. So that is what I have going on in my world. Now, there is a little bit of loveliness that I want to share with you guys. Before I get into that, I want to remind you of Thursday Curiosities. I have more questions for you guys where we can all just sit back and crochet and ask and answer questions. But I do have a list of questions for you guys. And I can't say what I'll be focused on because you know how squirrely my mind is. Today, I will have a thank you, Eileen. You're so sweet. But today, I have the mindset that I want to talk about the importance of addressing and handling mental health. And it's not just, people say crazy. I don't know. I don't fall in that category. I can be. I have those ways, but then again, I think to me, crazy is wild and fun. It's not the stigma that society has put on it, but in in my world, in my bubble, I don't see things like a lot of people see them. We all would know that I'm not deaf, but I am hard of hearing, and so I have to. That alone puts me in a different kind of bubble, and of course, because of things that have happened in my past, I have a little bit of PTSD. I got a lot of PTSD going on, which has triggered OCD and the ADHD. And all of this is leading up to something. There is this beautiful person who is my video star of the week, and I absolutely love her. I am closing my eyes because I'm fighting back tears because the most beautiful thing happened this morning. When you give someone their flowers and they appreciate it, to the point that they write you back and they tell you thank you, and they are just so sweet about it. It's touching. When you all give me the little compliments, it's touching. So, yes, Eileen, when you say that you could listen to me all day, you know, it means a lot. It does. And no, they're not sad tears, they're happy tears. But my video star of the week was Naughty Autistic Granny. She is phenomenal. She very recently, like within the year, found out that she's autistic and ADHD. And she has two friends that stay with her constantly, Dee Dee and Lizzie. And when she's doing her videos, she talks to Dee Dee and Lizzie. And if you don't understand who Dee Dee and Lizzie are, she is funny. She makes, she brings a joy to crocheting, to see her process. And, as I wrote her back, I was telling her it's weird because when you're going through, you feel like you're alone. And it's good to find other people who who share your condition, maybe not your symptoms, but your condition, so they understand where you are. She is hilarious. She's precious. She's beautiful. She's sweet. She just, the first time I saw her, and when she does this, I just like, oh, I just want to hug her. I got to just stop those calls. But yeah, she's just amazing, and it makes me not feel bad that I have whips. It makes me not feel bad. Like when I told you all, and I've had a couple of people before I started my channel who would see me do this, and they always had something negative to say about it. Guys, I have to start a project 5 times for it to be right for me. And sometimes it's a bit of a setback, especially I am losing my voice. It's a it's a bit of a setback when you get so far along in a project and you have to frog it all the way back to the beginning because it's something that's just not right about it. I can't explain it. It's in my mind. It's a me thing. In watching Granny's channel, it's okay. I watched her journey with the 6-day star blanket and saw the number of times that she frogged it or frogged portions of it and how she got it to where it worked for her. That's what I'm doing right now, frogging back. All just isn't right. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sometimes it can be something like the hook size or even the type of hook. Do I need a wooden hook, a resin hook, a metal hook? Um, it's this, and now that I'm getting into knitting, I've even asked about some of my projects, would this be better if it were knitted? Could I do this better if I knit it? you know and it's that little mental thing. I had a cousin who once asked me to make her a peacock blanket, and I looked up the peacock motifs because I already knew how I wanted to make it for her. She just told me, what she wanted. Later she changed it completely, and then she didn't even get the blanket that she asked for. But I pulled my colors, I looked up the motifs, and excuse me, I made my motifs based on how I wanted the blanket to look for her, what she said she wanted. And I must have made about 20 of those motifs. All to decide that my hook size was too big and they were too flimsy. I didn't, she wanted a blanket, not a shawl. She wanted to be able to sit on her couch and cuddle up. And another thing that I'm learning in life is not all blankets are meant to be hugged up in. There are those that are meant to cover you up, not wrap you up, but cover you up. So, yeah, when I get it right in my mind, even when I'm making, sometimes I have to go back to the beginning. And when you have people that see you do this and they're like, what is wrong with you? You did all of that and you're taking it loose. And I'm like, you wouldn't understand. And then you get those that claim they want to be so much a part of your world. And they're like, no, 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 explain it to me. I want to know. And then you take the time to explain it to them. And they look like a deer in the headlights. They're like, I'm like, see, I told you, you wouldn't understand. Yeah. But to run into people who understand that mindset or understand your process, who don't criticize you because of that process, it's a really good feeling. The connection that you all can make, it's a really, really good feeling. So she is also listed in the show notes at the bottom. And of course, my ride or die. She is in those show notes as well because, Joan, you can fuss at me now and it's okay. It's okay. And Michelle, if you're here, because I know that you like to be in the bushes and I love you for it as long as you're here, I am going to join your challenge. Guys, she has a 12-week challenge. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about because I'm encouraging you to go to her channel and see. It's very doable. It is something that I've always wanted to do, but it's always been in the back of my mind because I never knew what it was called. And going to her channel, I found out what it's called. And being that it's something I always wanted to do, it's not a sweater. It is not a sweater. It is a blanket, but it's a 12-week project. And I am definitely going to jump on board with that. I am. I have the materials to do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So yes, Michelle Crochets is in the description box as well. So you got Naughty Granny down there, you got Juan the Yarn Addict down there, and it's a blanket. That's all I can tell you. I will send you it's in the description box, but I will send you the link so you can go check out her latest video and you can see what the blanket is. Yeah. But it's so much fun, guys. It is so much fun. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness. I have always wanted to do this. And the way it's broken down, it is so doable. So, yeah, I'm getting there. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. Like I said, I have the materials. I'm looking right at them there, and there. Gonna get it done. I don't know if it's gonna be for me or not. Um, with the color scheme that I chose, I am looking at it being more of a gift, a personalized gift. So I don't know if it's gonna be for me. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, this blanket right here that I showed you all, that was for me from the very beginning. My grandson has kind of taken it over. Let me show you something else. What we're at it. And 2021 was my worst health year. I had these two beautiful neighbors, Miss Jackie and Mama D. And every time I went to the hospital, and it was a lot in 2021, they were always giving me the little gift bags when I got back home. And each one of them gave me a blanket. One of them was white and kind of like chenille. This one is, I know the word for it, but I can't think of it right now. That's another thing we go through, and I'm learning to deal with that because I know you know, I know you know, and I know too, but I just can't think of the name of it right now. Um, but at any rate, these were two blankets that I had. Well, my grandson sleeps with me a lot, so he has commandeered this one, and I keep trying to tell him, you can't take that blanket. It's like perfect for grandma. I made this one because at the time I had a truck and I wanted everybody to have a blanket in the truck. My grandkids have their blankets and they have names on them. It's not velvet, it's not flannel. Oh, what is the name of it? Hmm. Mother tells me I had a favorite blanket when I was little and I still do. Oh, what is it called, guys? Okay, but anyway, we say it all the time. We say it all the time. It's not felt. All these phone calls. And y'all on another field trip today. Not velour, but close. It's very much like velour. It's yeah, okay. But anyway, it's not heavy at all. It's very light. And I don't do heat, but I like to be covered up when I sleep. So this was perfect for me. And my grandson took it. This one was supposed to be for the truck. My grandson is a lot like I am, and that when we sleep, we don't need a lot on us. So I didn't complain when he took this one. I just started using this one. It's too heavy for me. It is way too heavy for me. So one of the things that I'm planning to do somewhere in the near future, is use some of this DK weight yarn that I have and try to make me another light blanket or throw. So it's a future plan that's out there in the ether with my $750 that Flex has. So hopefully I'll make up my mind by the ninth when Flex says I should have my $750. See how we went full circle with that? Okay, guys, I promise you, I am okay. I am okay. I love each and every one of you, but as you always know, I encourage you, I implore you, love on yourself. Treat yourself to something that you've always wanted. Doesn't even have to be about the money. If you wanted 15 minutes of me time, go lock your room door, crawl up in your bed, put on the eye covers, put on some headphones, and enjoy your 15 minutes of me time. I think everybody deserves that at least every day. Do not forget, I have to bring this up. Please don't forget your journals, guys. What I have found out so far this year is that this is a lifesaver. I don't think I could have gone through what I have gone through today without having this. This is so important to wake up this morning and to write down how I felt, what I had to do, know who I have to contact, what I had planned to do for the day. It just made everything so simple. So when I was hit with that roadblock where I normally would have had a breakdown, I simply pulled over to the side, got my thoughts together, reached out to the company, did not like their response. And at that point, I decided, you know what? I'm going home. I'm going to have a conversation with my daughter. We'll fix it when we fix it. I'm not in jeopardy of losing my place. I'm not in jeopardy of losing my space. And I am not going to let this moment take my peace. Do your journals, guys. Do your journals. Like I said, I love you. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Please, I implore you. Until I see you again on Saturday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern. Peace out, everybody. No field trips. Yay!